Late gospel singer OsinachiNwachukwu's husband, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu, denies abusing her. Peter Nwachukwu, the widower of the deceased gospel OsinachiNwachukwu, has denied claims of abusing OsinachiNwachukwu while she was alive. The popular singer died on Friday, the 8th of April 2022. She was allegedly in a coma for 5 days before she died. Family members, children, and friends of the deceased, who was a lead singer at a particular church in Abuja, alleged that Peter subjected the popular singer to domestic violence. Nwachukwu was arrested on Sunday, the April 10th, 2022 by the FCT Police Command on grounds of suspected culpable homicide. Speaking from police custody, Nwachukwu said his late wife has been battling an illness since November last year, 2021. He said that he first took her wife, Mrs. OsinachiNwachukwu, to Federal Medical Center, later to Gwagwalada General Hospital, and then to National Hospital Abuja, where she died. Peter Nwachukwu did not say the nature of her illness. Nwachukwu, who is now in the custody of the State Criminal Investigation Department (SCID), was led in handcuffs and taken to their matrimonial home to provide evidence of the hospitals he claimed to have taken his deceased wife for treatment. An autopsy is to be carried out on late Osinachi's body and to determine the cause of her death. Every single day, ever since the sudden demise of late Mrs. Minister OsinachiNwachukwu broke the entire social media platform, lots of secret has been exposed. Tales of the reason behind her death has been saying, today we'll go here another one, tomorrow another one will talk. Now it is practically obvious and concluded that the husband is in police custody. Now, even with handcuff in his hands, this man is critically telling us with all confidence that he has never ever abused the wife, as in say he never for one day abused the woman, whether physically, emotionally, or financially, saying a sickness when in the 6th November now it can lead to her death. And I heard that the police has to take the man to the house for him to provide all the evidences of what is actually happening to the wife till the sudden demise of the wife. I'm still going to emphasize on this, but first, let's hear what the senior pastor of the church, Osinachi, was attending before her sudden demise, has to say about this. Let Minister Mrs. OsinachiNwachukwu's pastor breaks his silence days after OsinachiNwachukwu's passing. In a video shared, the clergyman said that Osinachi and her husband, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu, came 2.5 months ago to complain of a chest infection, and he did his best as her pastor to get her medical help until she died. Pastor also said that it was after her passing that he got wind of the series of abuse OsinachiNwachukwu suffered in her husband Peter Nwachukwu's hand. Pastor also said that when he asked her twin sister Amarachi and also the son of OsinachiNwachukwu and even church members who knew about the physical abuse, Pastor said that they told him that late Osinachi would always beg them not to let the church leaders know what she is passing through, that she believed that God will change his husband, Mr. Peter Nwachukwu. Pastor also said that his music director also told him that he witnessed when late Osinachi's husband slapped Osinachi in his studio. He said that he got to know of all this after Osinachi's death. Pastor also said that as a church that they have 0-degree tolerance for domestic abuse and wife battering of any sort. Pastor also addressed people who wonder why Mr. Nwachukwu was still attending the church despite beating his wife. And in his word, he said that when the multitude followed Jesus in the Bible, that multitude stands for multi-attitude. Okay, yes, that once there is a gathering, that definitely multi-attitude must be involved. That even the 12 disciples of Jesus Christ, one was a thief who followed Jesus and sold Jesus to his death. And Pastor went ahead to pray for people who are frustrated in their lives and want to pour their frustration on church because of this sad incident. The church is not your place for transfer of aggression. We are willing to help if you have so much bitterness and so much distraction in your life and you don't know where to vent it. We can help you. We want to let you know that we love you and Jesus loves you and it is well with you. Pastor concluded. At this point, I am absolutely standing with the pastor. Now, let me tell you this. I have been in a situation whereby I have been with some people. I don't want to emphasize who they are to me. Like I was literally with them this particular night. As we were together, we did everything together. The following morning, everything was fine. Only for them to tell me something that they have been planning just in the afternoon. I was like, what? And they kept on planning another one, that I was literally in this place that I was. Somebody called me in the venue of whatever they are doing to tell me, do you know that this thing is actually happening? I was like, now you go, can't tell me, say this particular thing they happen. So it is possible that somebody that you're even living together with can even hide something from, even you can hide something from you. And from what he said everybody literally know, but he does not know. Yes, it is possible. You heard what when he said that even when the son greets him, that the father will still query the person and be like, what did you tell the pastor? I hope you did not. That's the way people will tell you things, you will not even say anything. And you just heard that the wife keep on protecting the husband. So to even the side studio, this particular thing happened. Okay, the man could have attacked the husband, but the wife knelt down and was begging on behalf of the husband, and was even begging for them not to expose the husband. So at this point, it be like say, I don't gather all the entire blame. I don't even package and like say now we bring. In fact, I don't even put them for content and like say now this latest car where the video purchase. Can't carry the whole blame, can't heap them on top of OsinachiNwachukwu, irrespective, we say in don't turn to cops. Because he refused to speak out, he refused to react, he refused to even act. Even when you know you are helpless, you didn't even seek for help. It was okay by you. Even when you are suffering at the point of death, it was still okay by you. But when we call the pepper me, be say the husband they deny, say he no abuse the wife. Now listen to what the mother, the twin sister, and the elder sister has to say.
OsinachiNwachukwu's mother, sister, and twin sister has spoken for the first time ever since the talented gospel singer died on Friday, the April 8, 2022. Osinachi family shared their pain and spoke about their bad experience they faced with Osinachi's husband, Peter Nwachukwu. Madam Madu, Osinachi's mama, expressed the pain from her heart, saying she is seriously in pain. Of course, she is definitely paining her, the kind of in-law that came, the kind of man that came to marry her daughter Osinachi. This particular thing is seriously pain, and the thing that Osinachi saw in the hand of the man, say he has never seen this kind of thing in her entire life. Mama said that ever since Mr. Peter Nwachukwu married her daughter Osinachi, that she has never known peace, and Osinachi has never known peace. Osinachi mother said that after her daughter married, that she did not use her eyes to ever see her child again until after 8 years, after she bore a child, that her husband refused for her to come for the omugo. And he said that after that, the talented gospel music did not allow or did not agree to tell her family what her eyes is seeing in her marriage. Madam Madu said that it was outsiders that was telling her what her daughter is suffering in her marriage. She said that people they tell her, and people they tell her what the eyes of Osinachi is actually seeing. And she concluded and said that it was one particular person that they are living together in the same yard was the one that even tell her everything. On a fateful day, Osinachi finally called for help from her family. Madam Madu said that one day she received a call from her daughter, and by that time Osinachi just gave birth to baby number 3, and she said that she's suffering too much, said nobody is taking good care of her, said that waiting Peter they do her is too much, that it's becoming unbearable. She not called the father, and she said that Peter said that she, Osinachi, is not going to come home alive, but she's going to go in death. And this is what made the mother to call the elder sister Favour, and Favour has to travel all the way to Abuja from the papa house in Enugu. And she called my papa, say, Peter say he must kill me. And that was how Favour moved to Abuja with her own money to go and carry Osinachi back to their father's house. And Osinachi spent almost 1 year and 3 months with their father. But Peter Nwachukwu finally came to beg to carry the wife home. But Madam Madu and also Favour, the elder sister of Osinachi, told Osinachi not to go back to the marriage. And also the mother said that he wanted her daughter to divorce and find another man to marry. Yet in 177 times 100 million times, Osinachi opened her mouth, and the mother and the sister said that yes, they are going to speak it the way it is. And she said that, Mama, what God has joined together, nobody should ever put asunder. That yes, she is definitely going back to the marriage. And after they begged and pleaded with her, she said that she's going back. And instead of her to marry another husband, but she will never marry another husband. She says she don't do wedding, therefore no more separation. And when Osinachi returned to the marriage, the husband started to abuse her all over again. Favour, the elder sister, said, I called my sister Osinachi, you and Peter are quarreling, but if you can stay on your own, as in separation, not marriage, you can be quarreling, but you be on your own, Peter will be your own. Trust me, Peter's head is going to correct, and trust me, he might end up changing and become a better man. But Osinachi did not take the sister's advice. She stayed put, sticked, gummed, superglued in the marriage. And finally, Osinachi returned back to her husband's house in Abuja, and the mother complained that she does not even know where Osinachi lived in Abuja, that she has never visited, that she has never gone for omugo. So is the first child, second child, third, and the fourth child, that if she actually has to encounter her grandchildren on the street, that she does not even know them. She said that the very first time she visited her daughter's house was when she was very, very sick, that she was so sick that she needed someone to take good care of her. And that was when Osinachi has to go and beg the wife of the pastor of the church that she is worshipping. And that was how the wife of the pastor has to come and beg Mr. Peter Nwachukwu to allow her mother-in-law to visit his house for the very first time. And according to the mother, that she only spent 1 month in Peter's house before Peter pursued her and her son. Madam Madu concluded her own part of interview by saying that it is better that Osinachi remained single and stayed back in her father's house other than marrying Peter and experiencing what she experienced in the said sad marriage. It is time for Amarachi, the twin sister of Osinachi, to share her own experience. And she said that Mr. Peter Nwachukwu made sure that she never sang on the same stage with Osinachi. He said there was a particular show that they attended. They have already agreed that they are going to wear the same clothes as twin. Guess what? Peter did not make that to happen. That at the time, while she was still busy waiting for her sister, somebody approached her and told her, can you sing alone? And she said she can. And that was when they broke the news that Osinachi is not going to make it to the show. That while she was on her way, that Peter spat on Osinachi and dragged her back to her. She said she performed and she gave God the glory. And ever since that happened, several times she has been to Abuja, Peter will not allow her to visit her twin sister. That she will come to convention and she will not see her twin sister until she left. And there was a particular experience, and yes, I watched that show, Unusual Praise, that both of them could not sing together and both of them cannot even near each other. That each time she's singing and she wants to approach her sister, that the keyboard will tell her, madam, shift, shift, shift to remember what Peter said. Though. Say everybody is avoiding Peter and everybody does not want Peter's trouble. Speaking on how Mr. Peter Nwachukwu met and married Osinachi, her twin sister Amarachi said that it actually happened when both Amarachi and Osinachi attended Glorious Singers program for Abuja, and that was how Peter collected Amarachi's number, and he has been calling Osinachi, and Osinachi refused to marry Peter, but Peter kept on speaking to Amarachi, and Amarachi was the one that even trying to convince her sister to accept Peter. And as Amarachi is convincing Osinachi is saying that I don't even understand this man. And even Amarachi is concluding that yes, she too does not understand this man. At a particular point, everything just scatter. The man will not start again. And before you know it, they will pray it will scatter, but the man continue. And that was how two of them started. They did not even do any relationship. They did not even do any courtship. They did not just do anything. The next thing is that both of them has agree, and everything just happened sharp. The next thing is marriage rights, and before you know it, Peter does not have Amarachi's number again. Particular interview that Osinachi's mother, Osinachi's twin sister, and Osinachi's elder sister granted, I come to the realization that yes, they are all aware of everything that Peter did to Osinachi in this their 10 years marriage, and they tried all their possible best to make sure that they rescued Osinachi alive from the marriage. Hence, Osinachi opted and decided to die in the marriage, believing and praying hard that someday Holy Spirit and God will change the husband. Surely the husband don't turn to litmus paper now. Say he go change to red when he see acid, go come change to blue when he see base. I beg, see, I am just done with this style. The point is that a lot of things has been happening. This husband stopped you from performing with your twin sister. This husband stopped you from communicating with your sister. Did you hear what the elder sister said? That there was a particular point that they were supposed to perform together. Osinachi don't prepare finish, was already on the road. This man came outside, spit on Osinachi and dragged her inside the house, making sure that Osinachi did not sing with the twin sister. I never see where somebody come from nowhere and decide
decide to separate twins. As in, hey, I know Osinachi was permitting all those things. You see, at this point again, I don't hand my hand off. In fact, I don't wash my hand come off from this Osinachi case and whatever that led to her sudden demise. Because from what the senior pastor said and from what everybody is saying, each time they want to just fight for her, each time they want to speak up for her, and she go on kneel down in tears, begging that they should just pray rather for the man to change based on little newspaper that he is. And it's where she did now. She doesn't see what she do herself, and she doesn't see that what she could have done. And her story is here to just let us we consider it happen to learn from it. So if you are suffering this and if you experience this, better for you to just do the opposite of what Osinachi do to avoid ending up the way Osinachi just ended. And this is all I just have to say. But if there is any further updates concerning still the demise of Osinachi and everything that has to do with it, just keep on promoting and publicizing my channel by clicking on the red icon down below, just on all the notification bell, because updates will keep on coming until she is finally laid to eternal rest.